Hotel brothers and sisters, Black Power. Giving honor to the Creator, giving honor to the ancestors. Chief of Staff, Brother Harris Abdul. My sister, my sister-in-law, my in-laws, my father. Subscribers, family members. My donors, my supporters, followers. And all of those that are fighting for the liberation and salvation of our black nation. Today, I want to talk to you about Cuba Gooding Jr. Now, as you all know, he was arrested for supposedly groping, whatever grope means. Stick your hand and finger in somebody's ass. I don't know what that means. But apparently groping some woman in New York, I believe at a club or a bar or something of that nature. And so he was told that he had to surrender to police. Now, once he surrendered to police, they still cuffed him. Now, don't get me wrong. Cuba Gooding Jr. has done everything that this devil has told him to do. He's an Academy Award winner. He wore dresses. He married Becky. He's done everything that he possibly could, or everything that was asked of him by the demons, the white demons in Hollywood. Yet, who did he make mad for him to have to go through this? Now, he played O.J. Simpson in that movie, The People versus O.J. Simpson. And it's no coincidence that he was arrested on the same day that they celebrated the 25th anniversary of the Nicole Brown, Ron Goldman murders. That's no coincidence. So, who did he get mad? Who did he make mad in the Illuminati and the secret society of pedophilia that runs Hollywood to be put in this position? Now, he turned himself and surrendered to police, but they still handcuffed him and did that guilty walk where they allowed the media to storm and look at every face motion that he's had. The mugshot of him, if you notice, is dark and gloomy and very, very sinister looking. See, the media can play and have played on our people and will continue to play on our people to no end. But if Cuba Gooding Jr. had remained connected with black people, I don't like to say, I'm just going to say the black community for the sake of you understanding. If he had to stay connected with the black community, because Omar and Cuba Gooding Sr. are nothing like Cuba Gooding Jr. He was a straight up opportunist. It's been like that forever. His high school sweetheart, which is that demon, that snow bunny that he has, and she's ugly as hell. Nevertheless, he's done everything they've asked him to do. Even fagged himself out. So you must look at the senseless bullshit that our people put themselves through to plug into follow the rules of racism, white supremacy. And it's still all of that shit that he's done, put on the dress, director's couch, Oscar award, all of that shit didn't pay off. And I always tell you all, at the end of the day, fucking with this cracker, the best you can be to him is a necessary nigga. And this is a clear indication of what happens at the end. No matter how much you sit on this cracker's lap, once you piss him off, that's it. Now this Juneteenth shit, that's today, commemorating the Emancipation Proclamation. Every year they do this Juneteenth bullshit, commemorating the Emancipation Proclamation. Once again, now, Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863. But the slaves in Texas and in the South weren't free till 1865. And the excuse of that shit is that that's how long it took for the information to travel from the North to the South, which is straight bullshit. What really happened was the South totally, for 2 years, ignored Abraham Lincoln's executive order to free our ancestors. And so, it doesn't take 2 years for a piece of mail to travel from the North to the South, whether it's by horse or plane. And so you got people, black people, celebrating Juneteenth in the streets. You got Danny Glover down at the Capitol fighting for reparations, when the cracker says it makes no sense to give the descendants of slaves reparations because it was 150 years ago. But how long has it been for every other people to get their reparations? How long was it ago when Hitler had those concentration camps? How many years ago was that? And so you have black people fighting against reparations. Now you got Sheila Jackson Lee that comes out of Texas, because no black politician is really doing anything. Cory Booker, who's half black, see what they allow them to do, brothers and sisters. They allow them to yell about reparations as loud as you want to yell. But when you take it to a certain limit, then you're cut off. See, they can come up with the idea of reparations all the fuck they want. But if they make any attempts to act on it, such as Johnny Cochran did, they eliminate you. And we have to get to a point where we no longer fear being eliminated, and those who are on the front line that are true, we need to support them by any means necessary. Any and all means. Meaning that if another Khaled or another Malcolm or another Marcus or Martin or Fred or Huey surfaces and comes up to the forefront, we need to guard and protect him or her with everything that we could muster for protection of those who are standing on the front line with a fearless and relentless approach to fight for the liberation and salvation of black people. See, the games have to stop. We have to stop playing these games. We have to stop playing toe tag with this goddamn devil. And once again, like I tell you all, every time something takes place, the cracker calls certain niggas. Sharpton, Jackson, Jamal Bryant, Cornel West, Tavis Smiley, Minister Farrakhan, T.D. Snakes. They call these same people, because you got to have clergy involved because of the masses of people that follow certain nigger preachers. Like T.D. Jakes, a nigger preacher. You know, where you have to turn in your check stubs and your W-2 forms to join to be a part of his congregation. Because it's no longer about salvation. This is about economic castration to you. Because I have yet to see any of these Creflo Dollar, any of these nigger preachers with the money they have, create a town, a city, with economic power. With economic power. Economic power is not a city you built and everybody in that city that's working in that town is related to you. That's not economic power. That's the I got the hook up mentality. When you create a town or a hood, every person of color should be an equal candidate for a spot or position doing something in that town. And we have the finances to do it. Black people have the spending power to create our own cities. But we are afraid because the first thing the cracker will say is that it's racist and discourage you from participating in the growth and development of these cities. But it's okay that they run everything. Nothing is diverse. It's not a motherfucking thing that's diverse where we play a role in shit but washing motherfucking dishes, going and getting these Eurocentric educations, getting these so-called degrees where from these HBCs which teach our babies how to be good employees. These HBCUs do not teach our babies how to run nations and corporations and to become dignitaries and conscious politicians. They teach them to be good employees, how to start off at the bottom and work your way up in someone else's corporation that you will never own or have a piece of. And so when Negroes like that get in positions like that, company car, corporate account, nice home, they think that they have arrived, that there's no racism, that the white man actually loves them. Because the cracker has pulled you in his office and has told you you're not like the rest of the niggas. You're different from Jamal in the mailroom. Y'all are two different people. And so when you go in the mailroom, you look down on Jamal with scorn. And then when the cracker kicks you in your ass and throws you out because you didn't comply with his every motherfucking need and command, now you want to be conscious. Now you want to come to the hood and talk about the cracker. We can smell you type of motherfuckers coming. Same thing that's going to happen to Steve Harvey and all these other boot-licking, butt-licking, buck-dancing, bamboozled, half-baked, half-fried, sissified, punkified, pasteurized, homogenized niggas. You're going to get the same thing. Doesn't make a difference if you're Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, Magic Johnson. It makes no difference. You are a nigga to them. And this Juneteenth, freedom and emancipation. And we are still slaves to this day. We are in slavery more than our ancestors were in 1863. Because the shackles have been taken off our legs and our wrists and put on our fucking brains. Now, the difference that our ancestors knew, they knew who was who they had to go against, and what the missions were. Nowadays, like I've said before, you have niggas putting in applications to be slaves just for some toys. Just for some toys. So you can drive something, so you can look good and smell good and eat halfway decent. And you think that you have arrived. And everything that you have purchased, all the toys you have purchased, was from people that are part of the system of racism, white supremacy. In other words, no matter how hard you work, all the shit that you buy, you're giving your money right back to them. Because we don't own anything. Magic Theaters. Y'all say that's black owned. That's a partnership. Don't get it twisted. It's a partnership with the white so-called Jew. Now, in every hood you go in, you got different motherfuckers, gas station, you got the Arabs, you got these Ethiopians, you got the Koreans. And then you have, every once in a while, you may have some white trash that has been in operation since segregation. And that's the extent of it. All the pawn shops are ran by retired police officers, white police officers that sit in the back. You don't see them. But they have Spanish and Koreans on the front line, taking your merchandise, giving you fucking penny dust on the dollar. And so, The white so-called Jew owns all the land, all the property. So you never see him. You never see him. This is the reason why the 40 acres and a mule was so important. And Lincoln knew this. See, back then, he knew he did not want the pressure of a major insurrection of freed slaves tearing this motherfucking country up. That's why the Emancipation it doesn't mention money. It mentions land, 40 acres and a mule. Not only do you get the land, but everything that's on the land. So if your portion of land, if reparations are done correctly and we get our fair share of what we're supposed to get from our ancestors, all the land that we will be given and everything that's on that land will belong to us too. All the airports, train stations, bus stations, subways, all the malls, amusement parks, stadiums, which will generate even more billions and trillions of dollars for the black community. Then you have a black community because you have black-owned banks, black-owned supermarkets, black-owned pawn shops, black-owned Western Unions, black-owned everything. Not no 7-Eleven and all this bullshit. The Southland Corporation and all those are white so-called Jews. I'm talking about complete 100% ownership by us. And so every time we get someone to stand up and we get so close to making this shit pop off, we allow white supremacy to pay somebody that looks like you to kill you. Because being a leader, you need protection. That's why I say what I say. I'm standing strong. I'm covered. You motherfucking devils want to see me, come correct. Because even family don't know the extent of security and protection that the street law soldiers had, particularly Shaka Sankofa. And see, that's the art of war. A wise general never discloses with anyone what his strategies are. So, give me a second. Our ancestors did the best that they could to ensure, and they lived well over 100 years. A lot of them lived well over a century because they wanted to see black liberation take place. And it's sad and it's a shame that they left here and our conditions got worse in terms of black people agreeing to submit to the system of racism, white supremacy, instead of fighting. And today we don't do this, we don't do it either. We don't do shit today. All we do is have these forms these talk shows where we sit and talk with whites, and I see a lot of you niggas, you're very, very careful about what you say because you don't want to offend this goddamn cracker. Instead of telling the truth, telling these motherfuckers how fucked up shit is, how necessary it is for black people to be reparated when everybody else has been reparated. And when it comes to us, it's an excuse. When it comes to us, we're murdered. When it comes to us, we're unemployed. When it comes to us, we're drug addicted. When it comes to us, we're homeless. When it comes to us, our babies are fatherless. When it comes to us, all they want to do is hand them football, basketball, or a fucking microphone. And we don't say anything about it because we want to make this cracker comfortable. I'll go on any talk show and talk like I'm talking now. There's nothing going to change. I don't have a motherfucking thing to lose. I'll put everything on the line. What will you do? What would you do? How far are you willing to go? Where do you stand at? How many of you are willing to get with your brothers and sisters who are willing to fight in any and all ways to acquire liberation? Not just for us, not just for us, for the 4 and 5 and 6 generations that are coming behind us when we're gone. And that's the main problem. Our black people, we are selfish. We think if it doesn't happen while we're breathing, then it doesn't matter. And that's bullshit. I'm glad my ancestors didn't think like that because we would not be here. Because they would have just given up before it even started. Brothers and sisters, I hope that I made some sense to you. I hope that you get the picture that I was trying to paint. And leave your comments, your views, your donations that we always need to help us fight this system of racism, white inferiority. Because there's nothing supreme about this devil. And until we meet again, brothers and sisters, Hotep, Black Power.